Let's turn our attention now to the Arizona Cardinals. All things now from he's joining The Athletic, Mike Sando, one of the best in the business. Senior writer, has left ESPN. Mike does his quarterback tiers. It's what is this, Mike? Year number 6 of tiers, 5 or 6. You've been doing this.
Yep, 6 years.
And what do you make? We'll get into that in a second. What do you make out of the Cardinals as we are sitting here in August, the start of camp getting underway?
Well, apologies to Cardinals fans because rookie players don't make it into the quarterback tier survey. When I talked this year, it was 55 coaches and executives. But I think everybody feels good about him. I mean, when they selected him, even though they had to get rid of Josh Rosen, there was some criticism over how that was handled. But everyone's excited to see Kyler Murray. I think he has the potential to be a difference-making quarterback. You marry him with a coach in Cliff Kingsbury, who, may be a more criticized hire if you didn't get this quarterback with him. I think everyone's just excited to see what they're going to do. I think they're the most, maybe one of the most intriguing teams in the league, really.
No, I would agree with you on that. While they're not picked to do much this year in the West, I think the storylines are laid out there that you could just go right down the list. So let's do that. Starting with, what do you expect this offense to look like? Because they've said repeatedly down here, it's not going to be what Texas Tech was. This is the NFL. What are you expecting with Kyler Murray, David Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald?
Well, they're going to line up with a center. He's going to put his hand on the ball. There's going to be 2 guards, 2 tackles, right? It's going to look like football, and I'm sure there's going to be more college wrinkles and tendencies. We'd be disappointed if there weren't.
Yeah.
The personnel is probably going to be heavy on wide receivers, right? I mean, but I don't think this is going to be a situation where it's totally reinventing the wheel. I mean, you still are going to try, you're going to play to the strengths of your players, right? So for Kyler Murray, we sort of know what that is. And this is not a situation where Kyler Murray is going to come in and they have to squeeze him into this offense and he's got to learn to run the veteran coordinator's offense or it's not going to work. They're going to do everything possible to set this up for him to succeed. And I think that's what it's going to look like. I think he's going to have some success.
Let's focus in on Kingsbury for a bit. Obviously, an out-of-the-box hire. Obviously, there were some that liked it, some that did not. What's your view of of Kingsbury coming here and being a head coach, not having had winning success in college?
Yeah. Well, I think that if you just analyze the hire by itself in a vacuum, you're probably scratching your head and saying, what could they possibly have seen? But when you know they had the number 1 overall pick, and this is the quarterback they were going to take, then I think you're less scratching your head and you think, okay, what they're doing makes some sense. It still may not work, but let's face it, nobody knows if their new coach who's never been an NFL head coach is going to work. You don't even know if it's going to work if the guy's been a head coach.
Sure.
There's always some risk. I like the fact that you're willing to go outside the box. I like the fact that there's a fit with the quarterback, but sort of just like last year when they brought in Steve Wilks, you can like a lot of things about Steve Wilks without knowing how he's going to be as a head coach. And really, how could you know with Cliff Kingsbury either?
Good work. Appreciate the time and the insight, Mike. Thanks.
Thank you.